Today, I want to share with you why your freebies are not working and exactly what I did that helped me generate £250,000 just from running one freebie across 2 years. So I've run one freebie that I've recorded and I've shared with my audience across 2 years, and that itself got me £250,000. And that's just from the freebie alone. And I'll share with you exactly what I do with my clients and that, other healers, spiritual workers, light workers. I really want to show you the strategy before freebies because freebies are the quickest way to grow your audience and to convert people to really start attracting clients. That's how my clients go from zero to consistent five-figure years in a space of 4 to 5 months. Okay. Excuse my voice. I've been singing today. This whole morning, I've been singing, dancing, and of course, I can't sing. So I was pretty much screaming from the top of my lungs, and now I can't even speak. So apologies for this, but I had the best time in the morning. So, freebies. What I see, a lot of people who come to me to work with me, they say, yes, we've tried freebies. We offer free sessions just for people to get to know us, so they can get a taster of what we do, and then hopefully they'll sign up for more sessions. Tell me in comments below if that's you, because if that is how you operate in your business, then that's not how you build a sustainable business that will give you financial freedom. Okay. That is just wishful thinking, because what typically happens is that people like free things. So when you offer them a free healing session, they'll be like, yeah, absolutely, let's do this. And they really expect miracles. They really believe that after one session, whatever they came to you with will just disappear. And we are very, very powerful healers, but we provide deep, fundamental, life-changing transformation for our clients. And that requires more than one session. And so people come, they obviously come, they use your time, they use your energy. They loved it, right? They loved the session, they felt better. But then they go back to their old routines, their old problems, their old lives, and everything returns. And they're like, it was a nice session, but I don't really see massively, like different results, right? And then they don't believe in your magic. But that's because you doing yourself disservice here. You setting yourself up for massive, massive failure. Why? Because that's not how people purchase. I want you to know that online space, it's an amazing opportunity for you as healers or spiritual workers. You, Currently, there are millions and millions of people online with a problem that you can solve for them with money ready to spend because they've tried doing it themselves. They've realized I can't do it myself. I need someone to help me. They have money, they have resources to invest in themselves, and they probably come across you and you can help them. But because you don't have the strategy behind your business and it's just giving people something for free or hoping that they're going to book with your session, that's just not how business works. It just shows me that you don't have strategy in place, the right strategy in place. You don't have the right processes in place to attract people consistently in your business. Why freebies are so important and so powerful, so successful is because how I teach my clients how to do it is because your freebies are the best way to really showcase people why they should work with you, why they should hire you. In your freebies, I typically don't advise to use your healings, your gifts. Your gifts are sacred. They should be paid for unless you are guided to do so. As you know, when I work with my clients, we channel everything. So we channel their freebies. So for some people, their guides tell them to give a little taster of a session, and that's absolutely fine. But that's not the whole freebie, right? Your freebie, remember, you as a healer, you creating life-changing transformation. So in your freebie, you need to be telling people who you are, what you do, what your gifts are, what makes you so unique, you're so special, what is your knowledge and wisdom, what is your offer, like what is your methodology that will take your clients from A to B, from where they are right now to where they want to be. And when you're explaining to them how you're going to take them, you're telling them about your special gifts. about your modalities that you're using. You're telling them about the channeled wisdom that you know like these are the steps I need to take you through. This is the knowledge that I'm gifting to you. And that will really put you in a very good positioning, as it will position you as a leader. It will position you in as someone who knows what they're talking about. If I come to you with massive anxiety and say, hey, can you heal my anxiety? And you say, sure, I'll give you a session, and then you can book another session and maybe another session. It shows me that you have no confidence in what you do. I wouldn't pay you. I would pay someone who specializes in anxiety and will tell me, you know what, we need about this amount of sessions. And in between sessions, you've got my support. I'll exactly teach you about why you have your anxiety. I'll give you tools and resources for how to manage anxiety throughout the, in between sessions. And I'll be like, oh, wow, they know what they're talking about. So if I have £2,000 to spend, I'm not going to spend it with you giving me sessions here and there. I'll go with someone who specializes in anxiety, right? And that's what you would have done as well. And a freebie is a great way to showcase your expertise, who you are, and really helps you position you as a person who knows what they're talking about. Okay, so that is what the freebie is about. And you can give them a taster session inside the freebie so they can taste your magic and can feel something. But realistically, freebies should be very educational and really sharing people your wisdom, how amazing you are, your uniqueness. So you need to know how unique you are, how different you are from other healers. They might have different, they might have been trained in the same modality as you, but what makes you different? What makes you unique? And if you don't know that, then you have to go back to your foundations of your business, of who you are, right? Because another massive mistake I see in the online space is that people get trained in a modality and they market their modality. That's not your business. That's not who you are. That's not like your business is who you are. Your purpose is your niche. So this is who I am. This is who I help. I help people with X and I help them achieve X, right? Problem, results, problem, results, problem, results. So freebies are amazing. So not only you create freebies, but there's massive strategy behind freebies. I know a lot of people just go see other coaches do freebies. They're like, I can do that, and they do it, and it fails. Why? Because there's no strategy in place. Before my clients, or even before I deliver freebies, I teach my clients, well, first of all, we need to grow your community. We need to make sure when you deliver freebie, there are people in your community that you show up to who are ready to purchase from you, who are your ideal clients, people who actually want to listen to you. I bet you are promoting in other people's groups and it's like they don't know who you are, they don't trust you, they see your posts here and there, they don't even know what you do. So it's all about building community and coming together and really delivering the freebie. So from freebie alone, so typically my clients attract about 100 people a week before they deliver freebie. So I normally give them, I advise them, obviously it's channeled as well, so they have their own guidance as to how long they should be promoting, how they should be promoting their freebie. But typically, just to give you an idea, on average, I would say 2 to 3 weeks we can promote freebies. People get around 500 people into their community, and from that they make about 10 to 60k launch just from the freebie alone. Okay, then afterwards I teach them the content strategy as well, so you can obviously warm your audience more. But freebies really are so powerful, and it can really generate cash so much quickly for you. And the strategy that I teach my clients is get established, like get cash injection into your business. So get your 10k launch or 60k launch, whatever. It's always like between 10 to 60k. And then we build their business from that. So you have cash injection and you have your clients coming in. Then we do content strategy, so they know what kind of content they need to be creating. Of course, the content is channeled, it's intuitive, but we add strategic touches to it to make sure that it's visible, that it targets the right people, that you connect to the right people emotionally, energetically. I see lots of spiritual workers, they just go with the flow, and it's, partially it's good, but you need so much more to create sustainable business that gives you consistent income, that gives you really financial freedom. We're here to create massive global impact. We're not here to just work with two, three people at a time. We're here to really deliver. So I don't want you to play small. I want you to have amazing business with the right processes in place that okay, I want to attract clients next week. I know exactly the steps I need to take to attract clients, and it works every single time. That's how I've built my business. I healed. I do all the energetic stuff, but you also need strategy, because it's the strategy that will give you consistent results as well as the energetics and healings and embodiment. It all needs to align. So I take a lot of time off in my work. I typically take probably around 3 months off in a whole year when I just don't want to work with people. I need a break. I'm going on holiday with my family, and that's fine. But then I come back and I know, okay, I want to enroll clients. Now I know exactly the steps I need to take to do that. And it relief, there's so much relief, it releases all this pressure that, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I need to attract money, clients. I know what I'm doing. And that's what you need as well. You need processes in place. You need structure. You need structure that will give you opportunity to be intuitive as well, because a lot of healers and spiritual workers, they go with the intuition. They create amazing content, they put it out there, they're like, yeah, nobody's looking at it, nobody's responding, nobody's converting from my content. Why? Because you working at a higher realm, you bringing it into 3D world. So you need to learn how the 3D world works with the online marketing. You need to combine those two worlds together. And remember that your clients are stuck in a 3D mentality, 3D emotions, 3D everything. They live in a 3D reality. So you need to get through to them through the 3D means. So you do really, even though you have all this amazing channeling or intuition, and you're creating beautiful content, but if your clients, the right people that are meant to work with you, don't see it, if you're not in the right in front of the right audience, you are wasting amazing content, your energy, everything is just going to waste, and you're doing disservice to your clients. Because if you're not showing up, if you don't have the right strategy, if you don't know who you are, you don't have the right niche that's aligned with your purpose and your impact you're meant to create, you are doing disservice to your clients. You're meant to be helping them, and you're just not showing up in your full power. So for those of you who do want to change that, you do want to have strategy in place that feels aligned, that is channeled, that is really in pure alignment with your soul, but also like it's strategically sound in our world, in the 3D world, online. You want to learn online how to attract clients, how to do it from a place of love, service, alignment. And I promise you, when I work with clients and we work with their guides, they always say, they always guide us to create such a beautiful energy strategy for them that just feels so right and aligned. And they always say, I never thought I would ever find a strategy that just is so right for me. And they enjoy it and they show up. And that's the beauty of combining, the online space with the higher realm wisdom. But you need to meet them together. You need to meet them, you need to be in between, so that you can really deliver everything you're receiving, all the energetics and spiritual wisdom and everything, but bring it to the 3D world, because that's where we are and that's where your clients are. So you need to meet them there. Okay. And that is the massive distortion that I see now. I see so many spiritual workers just doing, strategy energetically, they don't have any strategy in place, and they get so defeated, and it kills their soul. Or I see spiritual workers who just follow typical 3D business strategies that completely drain them, and because they feel forced to do things that are not in alignment. You need to marry those things together. You can have channeled, beautiful, soul-led strategy that works in a 3D world, in an online space. And that's what I specialize in. So right now you can join us in Meant for More program. There are two parts of this program. The first part is all about really healing you, releasing all the blocks, all the identities, fears, everything that's holding you back right now, we need to heal that first. So you can connect to your soul, you can really connect to your light, and then I'll teach you how you can connect to your soul, how you can activate your spiritual gifts. And that's not the modality you have learned. We all have spiritual gifts that are very, very unique to you, something that cannot be really taught, you know. So I help you connect to your soul so you can activate your spiritual gifts, you can activate your channeling abilities, so you can start downloading and channeling wisdom and knowledge that is so needed for your clients. And this is the basis of your offer. They will teach you basically your purpose is this. You're meant to work with these sort of clients. You're meant to be helping them with these problems and get them to these results. And this is the knowledge you need to share with them. And these are your gifts. So based on that, we'll be actually developing and channeling an offer that is so in alignment not only with your soul, and this is like, you know, your full expression, and this is what you're meant to be sharing with the world, but most importantly, it also aligns with your clients, with their needs, with what they desire. So it's so much easier to sell because you'll be speaking directly to what they desire. So that's the first part of the program. And the second part of the program is the pure strategy. How do we actually get your offer into the world? How do we attract clients? How do we grow your community? How do we do a freebie? How do we create content that is channeled, that is soul-led, but also strategically sound? How do we grow your business, scale, and also making sure that you have the right business model that honors your energy as well. So there are two parts of this program. You can join one part, second part, or you can do them both as well. So if you do want to find out more, comment "I am meant for more" below, or private message me and we can have a chat. I always check in with you guys to make guides to make sure that this is the right path for you. So yeah, so if you're not sure, I can always check in and make sure that this is the right path for you. And you can only join if your guides say yes. So yeah, let me know if you're interested. I'm sending lots of love. Take care, guys.